Meet Manatsu Daiji, the Genki soft boy MC that sometimes feels out of place, but is secretly the backbone of our society. And Arashi Tepe, his broody, handsome bestie with strange powers and a stranger past. Sounds familiar. And this is the romantic subtext of Captain Earth. As dictated by Broman's law, Daichi and Tepe had their fateful meeting in the springtime of their youth, and immediately begin a lifelong game of trying to impress one another, before they've even learned the other's name. Daichi seems to be willing to follow Tepe just about anywhere if he promises to show him something cool. Several hours later.
僕の名前は真夏大地。僕は嵐てっぺい。ねえ大地、最後にすごいの見せようか。
They even fall into the standard Future BL setup of meeting as kids only to be separated and reunited in their teens. You know, after puberty kicked in.
Teppe なのか?
Daichi immediately gifts Tepe a precious family heirloom just because he does something mildly impressive for him. They play an endless game of "You're cool, no you are!" and pass this gaudy-ass Bling back and forth for the entire 26-episode run of the show.
ありがとう。助かったよ。今回は本当に驚かされた。
They imply it's just a healthy rivalry, but they're really just stunting for one another. When they put their competition aside, as with all mecha romances, they shine their brightest when they work together.
その負けん気、好きだな。
よし、めちゃくちゃだが、なかなか良い連携だ。
男同士でイチャイチャと。
了解。
Oh, and before I forget, they pilot these things first by jamming a gun into it or fisting its ports, instead of using something sensible like a key or whatever. The show is kinda horny on me, to be honest. On top of exchanging custom jewelry, Daichi and Tepe also take turns saving one another. In episode 4, the opposition basically comes to kidnap Tepe so they can use his power, with the ultimatum being that his friends will be spared if he comes quietly. But Daichi is not having it.
大地、どこ行くんだよ色男。一人でカッコつけすぎでしょ。君の居場所はみんながいるここだろ。
この状況で何をするつもりだ、地球人。
だからさ、こいつがてめえは僕たちの仲間だ。ネオテニーか。お前たちに鉄平は渡さない。
Anyway, I started blasting back.
And Tepe is just as protective of Daichi. They're fighting the good fight in episode 24, but Daichi's getting his ass beat and it looks like he might actually be killed this time.
だが、死んでしまえば全て終わりだ。
僕にも仲間を守れる力を。神様。
Atheist Tepe will dig deep and miraculously unlock a new ability and find religion just to save Daichi specifically. The heroic music swells, it's a big laser show, it's a whole production.
バグベア僕たちはいつもその思いの強さを力に変えてきた
アルビオンか
Later.
ま、それにしてもキャプテンを守ろうとしてパワーアップなんて男同士でラブラブだな。
てっぺんにできたのなら僕にもできるかな
その負けん気好きだな。
And not unlike Star Driver, one day Daichi is faced with a choice of sparing Teppei and dooming all of humanity by not taking the shot, or saving everyone but sacrificing Bae. And mind you, Daichi is shipped with a waifu in this show, but she's not the one they used to make this Sophie's choice. Daichi's over here hyperventilating because he just doesn't want to do it, even if it would save the world.
ダメランナー撃て
But the show must go on. Teppei miraculously survives, but Daichi still feels terrible about it.
助かったのか。
But Teppei cuts that thick tension and reassures them that he would have done the same thing, except 2 seconds sooner. But there's really only one way Daichi is able to live with his choice.
一つだけ答えろ。あの状況の中で嵐鉄平が助かるとお前は知っていたのか。答えろ。
僕がこの手で鉄平を殺すことになると思った。見殺しじゃない。もし死んでたらそれは僕が殺したんだ。
Ah yes, BL's absolute favorite trope. Only the person who loves you most can kill you. Genki waifu Akari always manages to be present for their more romantic moments. She catches them exchanging jewelry for the thrills a few times. And eventually shipping ensues.
ねえねえ、てっぺんの胸にあるペンダントってさ、それ2人で交互に身につけてるよね。
子供の頃出会った時からの2人のゲームなんだ。相手を驚かすことができるのは所有権が得られる。必ず取り返す。その負けん気好きだな。
男同士でイチャイチャと。
She says this at least 3 separate times in the show, and neither of them ever denies it.
引き上げるぞ。